It's decorate for autumn day. To be honest, I do have a confession to make. I have been putting things out as and when, because basically at the start of this week, it is currently Friday, the start of this week, I got all the stuff out of the garage for autumn and I put it all in my office. So it's all on the floor behind me, and it's just been sat on the floor in my office since. And I don't like things just laying around, so gradually I've been putting little bits here and there, but I haven't decorated properly, and definitely there's still a lot on the floor here. I mean, I've got boxes of pumpkins behind me that I've not even delved into yet. Carl has just gone and got the last bits out of the garage for me. I've got some cushions, I've got my garland, I've got my wreaths. So it's all good to go, all ready for a lovely autumnal day. I've put my new Cosy jumper on. So I had one of these sort of style jumpers. They're just like a half zip, oversized, like just the row on kind of jumper. I had one last year that I lived in. It was like a cream, like beige one from ASOS. I've got a lash in my eye or something. And I got quite a few compliments on it actually. But when I got it out, when we moved, it was covered in baby sick stains. So I binned it, and I treated myself to a new one, and I love this one. It's darker, not that George is sick anymore, but yeah, I love the colours of this one. It's like black and beige stripes, and I got it from Nobody's Child. I absolutely am obsessed with that website at the moment. Today is an autumnal kind of day. It's actually quite sunny outside, annoyingly, but it's quite cold. I think that this house is quite a cold house, so I am perfectly fine in this for now. I may have to change later, but it is actually the afternoon. Carl is just about to take George to his last taster session at nursery this week. So he went to nursery on Tuesday, so he's had 3 taster sessions. This will be his 3rd, just an hour and a half each time. Tuesday was his first. Me and Carl both went with him and we stayed there, and then yesterday was his first one on his own, so I took him. He didn't even realise I'd gone. When I went to pick him up an hour and a half later, the lady was like, he didn't cry at all, he's been very happy, and clearly loves it. Carl's gonna take him this afternoon, and then he goes properly on Monday afternoons and Friday mornings. So just 2 half days a week. We're entitled to the 15 free hours now, so we're going to use them. And I think George, clearly from his taster session so far this week, has absolutely loved it. He loves playing with the kids. He loves already the different things that they do there. They're outside quite a lot. He's played with paint. Yeah, loves it. So it's going to be so good for him, his development, his social skills, all of that stuff, because they'll do stuff at nursery that I am simply not prepared to do at home, like play with paint, because the first thing he did was put his face in it, and then once he'd had enough, he threw it on the floor. I'm not that mum that's like, yeah, that's fine, you can throw paint on the floor. I'm not that mum. So it's going to be so good for him, and also for me to have 2 half days a week, which I'm very excited for, to work on my own business. Let's get into decorating the house for autumn.
Are turning brown.
So I definitely got too hot in my jumper. I had to change. So frustrating, because I was even telling, I had a team call last night with my Tropic team, and I was saying how autumnal it is already up here, and I've seen that a few days ago down south had like 30-degree heat. I feel like it's just reached us because today is hot. So close those curtains, so because the sun beams in from that side to keep this room nice and cool. And it also helps with the lighting and stuff when filming. And I was like, I'm gonna be really autumnal today. And I even did some baking this morning, which I will show you what I've been baking in a minute. On here, you may have noticed me having a little bit of trouble with it because it's like got wire in it. So I was trying to bend it. Obviously when it's been all bent in a box for a while, it goes here, there and everywhere. So I've used strategically these pumpkins that I got from HomeSense, which I didn't realise were actually light up ones. I didn't realise. So that'd be really nice when the darker nights roll in. And they came in a pack of 2. So I've put them on there. A couple of other little candle pumpkins. I never burn these because I just don't think they're very safe to burn them because there's nothing to protect the flame from burning stuff around it. So I just use these decoratively each year. I've binned a couple of them because they were looking a bit tatty. But these ones I think look nice. And then strategically this candle, which again I think I got last year, but there's plenty left from HomeSense. I've put there to keep the garland in place. And then, if you saw my house tour of our new home a few weeks ago, you'll know I was like, where am I going to put my wreath? I think I was mentioning it in that because of our situation with our front door and our back door and not really having a front door that gets used. So I was like, I might put my wreaths for Christmas and for autumn inside. And I was thinking of putting them on this door here because that's, if you saw our video, you'll know that's a porch out there. That's not our front door. There's a porch and then another door. I was going to put it on there, but we don't have a mirror or anything or a picture or anything on here, and it definitely needs something. So I said to Carl, do you mind popping a nail in there? And I think our Christmas wreath and this one will look lovely there, and then I get to enjoy it every single evening. So that's what he's done for me. So, and then the ball pit, ignore that, with the annoying red ball that's got in there. And then I've just done a little display here of a glass pumpkin that I got from Pretty Little Home one year, and a few of the other candle pumpkins that I've just put in there. I got a pack of 3 of these little sort of wooden pumpkins from Asda the other day, which are really nice. I got this one, a white one with polka dots on it, and then a wood one, which I'll show you in the kitchen. So they're only £4 for the pack of 3. And then this is a pumpkin that I got from HomeSense a couple of years ago. Then in the dining room, we haven't really done much in here. We did change the military curtains in here, so that brightens it up a bit. And then I got, you'll have seen these in my autumn haul, these placemats, which I love. This candle, which I also got this year from HomeSense. I love the decoration on it, and it smells lovely. It is pumpkin blossom and spice. And then this wreath, I think I got it from Sainsbury's a few years ago. I think when we first moved into our old house before I got my really nice autumn wreath. So now I just use it as a table sort of centerpiece, which I think looks really lovely there. And then this windowsill, is it not crying out for a garland all the way along it? I might have to take a trip back to HomeSense, don't tell Carl. This is the other one of the other pumpkins that I got in the Asda set of 3. And then another gold pumpkin like my other one. See that I got this cushion from Next, and I absolutely loved it, but I didn't actually know where to put it because obviously the ones in our living room at the moment, we've got a bit of a green theme in there. And we don't have enough cushions to change them all over to this sort of colour. So I thought this little windowsill, the bottom of our stairs, is quite a nice little touch. And if George reaches up to grab these, it doesn't matter because it's just a cushion and it's like a doorstop thing, which we can obviously use as a doorstop when we need it. But I thought that looked quite nice there. And then a couple of bits in the kitchen. I decided to put my doormat by our back door, so at least I get to enjoy it, and Carl does when we come in the back door. This is the way we come into our house. So, and the postman does seem to come here. You do have to come through our garden gate to get to this door, but that seems to be the one that people use. So I'm gonna put it there. Oven gloves and a tea towel that I got from Next last year or the year before. My new towel that I got from Matalan this year. Arnie already loves the doormat. And then I had some little glass jars for like hot chocolate, marshmallows and things like that, to do like a bit of a hot chocolate station. But to be honest, in the last house before we moved, I smashed them. It wasn't even during the move itself. I think I just was opening the fridge door and something fell off the top of the fridge, smashed my jars all over the kitchen floor. So I don't have those anymore. Our kettle is actually over on the other work surface, but I thought this one here would be really nice for the hot chocolate sort of area. So you can boil the kettle over the other side of the kitchen and then come here. I have got some sprinkles from a previous year, probably got those from Sainsbury's or Tesco's or somewhere. And then my frame, that I got this frame from the range, I think, and then the little print I got from Etsy. My mug, I think this was Next a couple of years ago. I love to have my hot chocolates in this mug. These little ramekins were Next as well a couple of years ago. This was this year. So I realised we actually don't have any hot chocolate in. It's sacrilege, I know, but I don't drink it spring, summertime. It is an autumn, winter thing for me. So we will have to rectify that, and I'll need some marshmallows. But I was thinking mini marshmallows can go in these ramekins, and I'll have to get a nice looking hot chocolate to go here because I don't have jars to put it in, or maybe I'll have to buy a jar. But this is going to be my little hot chocolate station, I think. Yeah, like I said, my kitchen smells amazing, I have to say, because I've been baking this morning. Before George went to nursery, I wanted to make him a new lunch. So I made him, they didn't come out too great because, I don't know, I think I put them upright, the pinwheels they are, so I think I put them like that in the oven, and then they obviously fell over and some of them have combined, but yeah, they've combined, so we need to break them apart, but that's fine. Me and Carl halved, like we had half each of one because George was napping when I made them. They taste amazing. So the recipe, I got the recipe out of this book that my friend Monique lent me, What Mummy Makes by Rebecca Wilson. I've made him some like spinach pancakes from this as well. I've got the recipe for this in there, and it's actually, the recipe in here is courgette and cheese and like tomato puree and stuff. And I did buy a courgette to grate the courgette and everything, but Carl, I think, has used it in a spag bowl or something this week, so he didn't realise that that's what it was for these. So instead I did spinach and cheese and tomato puree, so kept it the same, just replaced the courgette with spinach, and they're really tasty. George had one before he went to nursery, and yeah, it was a hit. And the good thing is that if he doesn't finish it, then I will gladly finish them because they taste so good. And then, so that's for George. And then the other thing that I was doing, because I've seen these, obviously I've known about these my whole life, and I have had them. And one year, I don't think I did it, I don't know if I did it on YouTube, filmed doing it on YouTube, but I bought the easy version of doing cinnamon rolls from the supermarket, but they're just not quite the same, are they? I mean, I've never made cinnamon rolls from scratch until now. But every sort of autumn, winter, I see all the reels on Instagram and I'm just like, oh my gosh, they look so good. And when I was in the RAF and I was deployed out to an airbase near Dubai, Dubai have Cinnabon out there, and I think they do Cinnabon in Cyprus as well. I think it's an American thing. But so I've had Cinnabon a couple of times, basically like big cinnamon rolls with all sorts of like Nutella and also, oh, they're amazing. Obviously, like anything American, it's like, they're massive. But yeah, so I know that I love cinnamon rolls, but I've never made them or had them at home or anything like that. But I fancied giving it a go. So there was me this morning thinking it was gonna be a nice autumnal day in my big thick jumper when it's like 25 degrees plus outside, kneading dough. And wow, I need a bigger bowl because this has been proving for just 2 hours now. So it's ready to do the next stage actually. But wow, I'm quite impressed with myself. If these turned out good, I'm gonna give myself a massive pat on the back because usually I get put off by recipes that are just, you know, leave for 2 hours, leave for another 2 hours, which is what this is. And I'm usually like, oh, can't be bothered. I want something that you do, put it in the oven, it's ready. But we actually bought, and if you've been around here a while, you'll know that an autumnal meal that I absolutely love is tomato soup and like a cheese toastie. And I haven't had that for, well, since last autumn, winter. So we've got tomato soup, and we've got stuff for cheese toasties for dinner tonight. We'll have to wait till the temperature goes down a bit, but I'm sure it will. And then a bit of a cinnamon roll afterwards. So this will all be happening, I think, tonight after George goes to bed, so we can thoroughly enjoy it. And yeah, I'm very excited about this. But the thing that smells amazing in the kitchen is that I pre-mixed up the brown sugar and cinnamon mix. This has just been sat on the side for the last hour and a half. And oh my goodness, it smells so good. And I feel like it's just filled the room with the smell of cinnamon. Oh. So I'm gonna get on and do the next stage of my cinnamon rolls.
Soon they'll be falling down.
So that is our cinnamon rolls all done, having their second prove. I feel like saying that, I feel like Bake Off. Oh, that's gonna start soon, isn't it? I'm getting ready for it. So we made 12. I've used the Jane's Patisserie recipe, by the way, if you want to try these, if they look like they turn out all right, we shall see. But so far so good. But we don't have an oven-proof dish big enough for all 12. So we've put 8 in this one, and then I got this casserole dish, which is a pumpkin casserole dish from Next a couple of years ago. So I've used this one and put another 4 in here. There you go, that's what they look like. Pretty good. But then once they've proved for another hour or two, then they should all touch, and then they can be baked, and I can make the topping for them, and we can have them after our dinner tonight. But me and Carl were just doing that together. We were just talking because obviously George is at nursery, but only for an hour and a half. So we're paranoid, like looking at the watch, looking at my watch, being like 25 minutes till we need to go and get him. I'm paranoid that I'm gonna be like, oh no, I forgot him. I keep thinking he's just napping upstairs or something, but he's not. A couple of other decorations that I haven't shown you. So I did have my big casserole dish here, which I'm obviously using. This is another tray from Next that I got with the little pumpkin one. It's an acorn, so I've just put that there by our little plant that I actually got from Tropic. That was a little gift after I spoke at the roadshow a couple of years ago. And it's still going strong. These 2 little glass pumpkins here, and then this is the 3rd of the wooden pumpkins, sorry the light isn't the best, that I got from Asda in a pack of 3 for £4. And then this little ceramic one, I don't know where I got that from, but yeah, so just a little, so when I'm doing the washing up and things, I can look out here and see a few pumpkins, which will make me happy. And then the casserole dish will go there again once we're not using it. What did you do at nursery? You've been painting? Yeah. Have you been eating as well?
No, I was throwing it on the floor this time.
Oh, well,
but she said she'd give him a brush and he'd taken it all and using the brush and stuff eventually, so.
What, brushing the floor?
No, the paper.
Oh,
Wanted one.
Food?
Oh no, paint.
Oh, the paint, he was actually using a brush?
Yeah.
Did you make Mummy a picture? Yeah. Did you have fun? Did you miss Mummy? Aww. Aww. No, you had too much fun to miss Mummy.
Apparently a kid bonked him on the head with a toy as well.
Who did?
Another kid hit him on the head with a toy.
Did you cry?
I shouldn't say so.
Did you hit him back with a toy? I think the doormat gets George's approval. He's been checking it out, haven't you? You like it? Do you like the autumn decor? You couldn't care less, could you?
That's the work.
Could you? Oh, time to pace. You doing your daily patrol of the kitchen? Both of you. Nursery thirsty work, is it? So our afternoon took a little bit of a detour. When George got back from nursery, I was talking to Carl about our empty dining room windowsill.
And how she didn't want it empty.
And how it looks. It's a large window, isn't it? That window is big, and so therefore the windowsill is big. So it's very obvious that the windowsill is empty. So I thought, well, we're not doing anything this afternoon. It's quite nice outside. Why don't we take a little road? Yeah, why don't we take a little road trip to HomeSense? Carl doesn't really go to HomeSense.
Don't need to, you go home.
But you quite liked it, didn't you? You had a little mooch.
Yeah, the mooch.
You actually came out with a little something for you.
I did, yeah.
We bought Carl a new mug because he loves a big mug, because I don't drink tea or coffee, but Carl drinks tea and he likes a big mug. And I don't like his mug. It's not very...
Might as well get it out now.
It's not very... Yeah, we're going to chuck it. It's not very aesthetic, but it is very large. And it's actually quite stained and chipped. And... yeah, just not very nice. It's quite... yeah. So I saw this one and it's pretty big as well. Pretty much matches the size of this one. And it's really nice and autumnal. So it just means that I'll have to get him a Christmas one and then one that you can use all year round as well. But look how cute, it's even got the little pumpkins inside. But yeah, so we got Carl a new mug. Obviously what we went to HomeSense to have a look at, because obviously I've been there a couple of times over the last few weeks. And I knew they had some really nice garlands. And obviously the windowsill in the dining room is what I wanted a garland for, but the one in the living room is very green and white, and because I've put the front door wreath on above the like fireplace mantelpiece bit, that's very orange. So I felt like the green garland would look better in the dining room, so I got a new one to replace the one in the living room. And this is the one that I got. So it's got obviously the orange autumnal leaves, pine cones, berries, some flowers on there. So I thought this would look better in the living room, so I'm going to replace that, move the other one to the dining room, and a couple of other things we got. Honestly, there's something different every time you go into HomeSense. We got these bowls. We just got two, one for me, one for Carl, for when we have pasta dishes, because they're a nice shallow bowl. Carl's just moving my garland. You doing it for me?
Yeah.
You're getting your autumnal decorating hat on. Get into this, aren't you?
I got choice.
He loves it really. But yes, we've got two of these plates, and they've got a nice subtle pumpkin, obviously, and leaf embossed on there. And then I thought these would be nice if we had like a picky dinner, or maybe just a few nibbles in front of the TV, or just because I liked them. So we got two of these plates as well. So yeah, and they were only like £5 each as well. If they'd been more, I wouldn't have bothered. But so I really like those. So that's everything we picked up. And update on our cinnamon rolls. We've come back from their second prove. Look how much they filled the casserole dish now, or the baking dish. So I was also looking on Jane's Patisserie website at this recipe, and in the questions that people have asked, they asked about freezing. So, and you can. So we've obviously proved them now. You can either bake them and then freeze them and then just defrost them when you want them, or you can freeze them like this and then bake them from like take them out and bake them fresh. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to freeze these ones because there's 12 and there's 2 of us. Maybe we'll give George. We'd give it a good go, don't get me wrong, but we're trying to lose a bit of weight before the end of the year. So we're just going to bake these ones and have one tonight and one tomorrow. So that is the plan of action. But now I think I'm going to put this up in the living room.
The label off it.
Get George some dinner. Get him bathed into bed. And then we can have our tomato soup and cheese toasties, can't we? He's excited about getting this up. Look, he's cut the label off. In there. We haven't even put it in and you've already cut the label off, so we have to keep it now. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like that there. I'll have to, okay, I might have to have a bit of a faff because you can't just plonk it there, and I'm gonna need to move these, I think. But yeah. Yeah, I'll come and have a fiddle with that in a minute. Come on, George, we're gonna put the wreath up. The garland up, sorry. Look. Oh, it's so nice and cool in here. That looks nice. It's not quite central. It's hanging off more that side.
Well, 1 second.
But that looks so much better. There we go, all changed, and this windowsill makes me a lot happier now. So it'll be really nice in here when it gets dark a bit earlier. We're having dinner in here because these white ones on the end light up, and the actual garland lights up as well. So it'll be nice and cozy in here. And then obviously we've got our candle in the middle of the table. Changed my little display over here a little bit. Move the candle, change things around on here. And this little view makes me very, very happy. Okay, so I've completely lost light and my battery is about to die, but I have finished. I've been too impatient, so they're still quite warm, so I should probably have waited because I've put the icing on and it's just soaked through, but I think that'll be really nice because I think it'll have gone to the bottom and it will be so lovely. So I am going to have one of these, sit down and watch the new season of Selling Sunset because it's out today. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I love looking around all the mansions. And then I'm gonna have a cozy evening, an early night. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you're as excited for the new season as I am, even if I'm a little bit maybe premature. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you in my next video, which will be getting ready for the Glammies. I'm gonna do like the week leading up to it with things that I do. I'm getting my nails done, things like that. So exciting times ahead. It's going to be a busy few weeks with the new festive product launch, so stick around if you want to find out what all the newness is. I can't wait. Thanks for watching, everyone.